Hi there. In this video we're going to do some keyword research and market research, and we're going to use an adapted version of my keyword funneling technique, which is a very popular technique I've developed over the years that really allows me to find very powerful niches with some very powerful keywords that are real gold mines. They're low competition, high search volume keywords, and how I can check out and get an idea about what's happening in my market, who my target customer is, and what their problems are, as well as what we can do to deliver solutions to those problems and match them up to promotions, whether it's our own products, a CPA offer, some affiliate or ClickBank product, or whatever you like. And you'll see once we start going into this how this applies to video marketing as well as any other area of online marketing you may choose. Okay, so what have we got on the screen here? Well, we've got our basic browser open, and as you can see, we've got a whole load of tabs open here. And I'm going to show you one very quick setup that you can mimic this entire thing and have it activated at the click of a button. First of all, I've got the basic Google page. I have YouTube, eBay Pulse, or actually you can get that at pulse.ebay.com. Amazon, which is great for idea generation. Google Trends shows you what's happening in real time within the industry. We have the new search-based keyword tool from Google. You can get to that from google.com/SK tool. We have the default AdWords keyword tool up here. We use this just in case we need it to verify some results. We have the Google Insights tool, which is google.com/insights/search. We have a great demographics website up here called Quantcast, and we have Yahoo Answers. Now, if you open all these tabs up, I want to show you a really quick trick here for Firefox, and this only really works in Firefox, I believe. I haven't tried this in Internet Explorer, but what I do is I go to Bookmarks and then bookmark all tabs. I'll give it a name, say we'll call this Market Research, and you can see I've already got this up in my browser up here. I've already done this, but if you do this and then add it to the bookmarks toolbar, it'll come up with a nice little folder. And if I close all of these down, just real quick, I just want to show you this because it's a great time-saving technique. Close all these. Okay, so all I do then is if I want to do my market research, I'll right-click that, open all in tabs, and boom, it opens everything up for me so I can go through my process here. Now, I'll just delete that because I've already got it, but I wanted to show you that real quick before we get into the meat and potatoes. The other thing I do with Firefox, which really helps set me up for success, is I have some plugins here. I have Alexa Sparky, which is it shows you what's happening with Alexa with the current page you're on. I have Live PageRank, which is a great little tool. You can get these from addons.mozilla.org. I have RankCheck, which is a great little tool for checking my ranking for certain keywords, and I use that for my videos as well as other things like article marketing and stuff. And another little one which is turned off currently, which is SEO Quake. And you can get all of those from addons.mozilla.org. Very powerful tools to help you turn your browser into a great market research engine. And we're going to use all of these as we go through in a second. So, when it comes down to actually researching and finding keywords to target, you have to come at it from two angles. Now, if you're an affiliate marketer and you don't really have any idea what you're going to promote at this stage, there are two approaches. First, you can identify a market and then match a product up to the market, and when you've uncovered a powerful niche. Or if you're already a business owner, you have your own products, you have your own services, you already know what your market is. So you just want then to find keywords that you can target specific to your existing niche. Now, what we're going to do first of all, we're going to do the niche research part of this, just to to help the first part, and then we'll get into the actual keyword research. Now, there's several ways you can do this. And I go over these somewhat in the Video Assassin Guide, but let's go into it in a little more detail. First place I always start is I look what's happening in the news. Now, I talk a lot about trend marketing and stuff like that to hit something that's, very, causing a lot of interest in the media at any one time. Now, very, very short-term trends, I don't target. Things that are only lasting for a day. maybe there's a news story about, you know, oh, I don't know, some celebrity that is just, not going to stick around for a while. If it's only lasting 48 hours, it's just a very brief thing. There's no point. I look for something that's carrying on maybe for a month or 2 months. And just to give an example here, this is something I'm going to share. One of my very powerful niches that I've been in for a while is the GM and Chrysler issues that they're having in the automotive industry in America right now. A lot of people have GM cars and Chrysler. In fact, I have a great big Dodge Hemi truck sat in my driveway that, a lot of people are worried about their auto warranties. I have a 7-year warranty on my truck at the moment. I'm outside of the manufacturer's warranty, so it's not a big deal for me, but people with new GMs and Chryslers who are still within their factory warranty are worried about, hey, what if my truck goes wrong? Is GM going to be there to back me up? So I have a CPA offer that I'm promoting that talks about auto manufacturers and the, covering their warranties and everything else for their vehicles, even if it's a new vehicle. So really powerful converting offer there is, I think it's like $30 to $50 per offer, but per sign up. And I have some videos targeting GM and Chrysler and people with different vehicles and stuff like that. That really does latch onto this whole trend here and this news article about GM and Chrysler. There's all sorts of other things we could go on. Like, for example, North Korea's nuke program. You might be able to match that up with some concerns and commentary and find an offer that you can match up with that. Another one is the H1N1, which is the swine flu. You can maybe there's some ways you can promote staying healthy and staying fit and avoiding flu. I don't know, it's not one I would probably go into myself, but I'm just spitting out ideas here. So you can look at this, maybe get some interesting information. Here's an interesting one. The 16 gigabyte PSP Go is revealed early. I just caught that one, so maybe you can latch onto that and you can go into any one of these areas, see if there's any kind of news. Windows 7, even more attractive to notebook users. Maybe you can do some stuff on Windows 7. There's all sorts of ways to get some idea about what's happening on the market and see, okay, what can we do? There's all sorts of news stories here, so you can spawn some great trend ideas. Another way you can spawn some ideas is going over to YouTube and actually seeing what is going on. For example, if you scroll down and see the most popular, you can go into any one of these niches here, for example, autos and vehicles, and I don't see anything. I'm just scanning the page here. I don't see anything about GM or what have you, but there's all sorts of stuff that you might be able to promote. This is all well, here we go. I didn't see it. First video, GM bankruptcy filing, and I have no idea. I want this to play and blast us out here, but they're not. I don't know what this is all about, so I'm not even going to go in there. But they're using GM bankruptcy filing for trying to gather some interest. And look, they're right now they're the number one on the popular one. So that just shows how that trend marketing will work. But you might be able to gain some ideas and interest of what's going on. Here's some other categories. Let's take a look at people on blogs, just as a random example. People just generally commenting, I guess. I don't see anything specific here. Some wrestling stuff. Britney freaked out. Okay, well, there's something new. But there's all sorts of interesting stuff you can use to spawn some ideas. Now, the other thing that's really cool is having a look at eBay Pulse. Now, this is what people are actually buying right now and interested on and searching for within eBay. Now, when you're talking about customers, because that's what we're dealing with here, we're dealing with people who want to buy. So if you find stuff that people are already buying, then that's a great avenue for you to start targeting. Now, with pulse.ebay.com, you can actually drill down into any one of their categories and see what's going on. Let's take the example of travel and see what's going on here and get some interesting stuff. Right now, Las Vegas travel is interesting to people. Airline tickets. It is kind of coming into the summer months, so Myrtle Beach, Hawaii, maybe you can start targeting stuff like that. Maybe you can find a travel offer promoting Las Vegas trips And guess there are some actually some of the hotels and casinos have great CPA offers right now, where if you generate them a lead and you get them someone going to their hotel, they make a lot of money out of people with out of their casinos rather than the hotel visits. So they pay quite well for any leads and anyone signing up for a package deal with those. So there's some great opportunities there. Same with Disneyland, same with Hawaii. There are different tourist destinations over there that have some great CPA offers, as well as the actual travel companies like Expedia, Travelocity, and they will help. If you sell $1,000 vacation or a $2,000 vacation or maybe even a $4,000 vacation for a family, you're going to get a nice kickback out of that as an affiliate. So there's great opportunities there. So don't ignore the high dollar stuff and think, well, I've got to sell ebooks or something like that, like a lot of affiliate marketers do. There are a lot of opportunities out there, and if you approach this in the right way and you have a great big spread of videos over a period of time, maybe you create 100 videos in a year period, each one of those continuously working for you, driving people to destination pages that you've created, those are going to work for you continuously for the rest of their natural lives. And the more videos you create targeting different areas, the more money you're going to make, and the more you're able to sit back and relax, because you've got continuous streams of income. That's why I love video marketing. So you can scan through here, see what else is going on. You can actually drill down below travel to see what else is happening and find some really cool ideas here. And one thing I should mention right now is I always sit with a great big pad of paper and a pen. I know that's very old school in this technological age, but I always sit with that in front of me and rattle off any ideas. I just write them down. If I think of an idea and then an offer that I can attach to it, I'll make a note of that. It's always great to have that, so when you come back to your ideas later on, you can then drill down and kind of go into more detail and start funneling them out into keywords and what have you. I'm very forgetful, so I always have to do that. It's just so because I might have a brilliant idea and then completely forget about it 5 minutes later. But anyway, moving on, that's eBay Pulse. Let's have a look at Amazon.com. And if you scroll down here on the left-hand side, where you want to go is the Amazon bestsellers. And this gives you a great idea about what's being searched for right now. Dan Brown's new book. We've just had the Angels and Demons movie release, so here's an interesting one. The Lost Symbol, I guess, is his new book. But these are books. But you have all sorts of categories here. For example, let's have a look at automotive. And all this stuff is fairly cheap. With Amazon products, you get about between 7 and 15%. I promoted a $3,000 television not long ago from Amazon and got like $210 commission for every sale, and sold quite a few of these through my reviews of the product. But you can see here there's all sorts of products here. These are bestsellers, but nothing expensive here. But you might get some ideas in terms of what you may be able to promote. Let's go back a page. I don't see anything in there right now. The Kindle is very popular. For example, the Kindle DX I think is like $500. If I go to electronics, I expect it's going to be in there. Sure enough, here you go. Yeah, it's about $500. And if you just do a kind of broad scope, say 10%, for every one of those that you may sell through your reviews or how-tos or any video you create around the Kindle, you're going to get $50 a sale. You sell, I don't know, maybe 5 of those in a month. That's not a bad commission. That's $250 just for one video that took you about half an hour to create, and that's month after month for however long it's of interest. Another one that's always very popular is the little kind of GPS stuff. You maybe only get about $20 per sale on that, but if you review quite a few of those, great. I'm just spawning out ideas here. The iPod Touch, you could do some how-tos about that, and this is the 2nd generation iPod Touch. You might be able to get $30 a sale on that, or $27 a sale on that. But if you start doing if you've got a friend who's got one, you can borrow it just to do a video about it and a how-to about it, then perfect, great. You can start making money from this, and it's great there's lots of ideas you can just spawn, and once you get into this kind of flow, I'm sure you'll think, you'll start realizing, oh, I could do a video about that, or about that. I mean, another example, the Ultra HD camcorder, great little tool. I actually have one of these myself, and they're very, very popular. Again, if you refer some sales for these, $20 a sale, that's not too bad. So you get the idea of how you can generate ideas left and right. Here, look, there's some more GPS systems here. So you could do like a comparison of, say, the top three, and then you could create a landing page with the three reviewed next to each other, like the traditional kind of review page. And you can drive traffic to your review page for a few different GPS systems, and this will complement, for example, maybe you're doing some article marketing as well, and you're doing video marketing, all driving traffic to your landing page, which is a review page for GPS devices, which then ranks them, and you can then convert and have opportunities to sell any one of these three, and any sale you make, again, is $20 in your back pocket. So it's a great way to kind of leverage traffic and convert them into actual sales. And again, you don't have to actually, I'm not advocating that you just sell Amazon goods here. You can use it for idea generation. Like I just spawned off an idea about GPS. You could do a review about GPS systems. GPS is obviously hot. Kindles are obviously hot. So reading devices is another broad scope example. iPod Touch. You don't have to. Maybe you've got an app service or something that you're promoting that's paying a CPA offer for downloading. Maybe you could show how you can use that with your iPod Touch or your iPhone or what have you. There's all sorts of different ways that you can spawn off idea, but this just shows you what people are actually looking for and actually buying right now. So you can leverage into that interest and take advantage of that. Anyway, I'll stop scrolling and making you dizzy here in the video. But that's just a broad scope idea of how you can use Amazon and eBay to find general niches that you can start targeting. Now, another way you can do this is by using what we call trend stats. Now, this is a great little thing, and this is Google's own trends, and you can see what people are actually searching for right now. These are the top 10. Susan Boyle's final performance, the French Open TV schedule. I mean, this might not spawn off immediate ideas, but Susan Boyle's final performance. I don't know if you've been watching that phenomenon online. Very, very talented, unexpectedly so, singer from Scotland on Britain's Got Talent. Very unexpected in the terms of she was a bit frumpy. No disrespect to the lady. You didn't expect such a belting, phenomenal singing voice to come out of this very dowdy-looking woman. And it absolutely took the internet by storm. I mean, absolutely amazing voice. Incredibly talented woman. And I think they've just done the final of Britain's Got Talent, so people are looking to see how she did. Now, you could maybe tie that in, just as a random idea example, into a karaoke course, or how to be a singer, so you could be the next American Idol or Britain's Got Talent finalist, or stuff like that. You can match anything to anything. French Open TV or the French Open, you may be able to match up to tennis lessons or a tennis guide or something like that promotes it, or maybe tennis products. See yourself in the French Open. Buy this guide and maximize your potential. That kind of stuff. And if you click on the more hot trends, it actually gives you the top 100. And one really cool thing up here is you can actually have this site feed, which is an XML feed. I've already bookmarked it up here, but that will give you the top 100 at any one time just by clicking on this button. So you can click on that, add it to whichever RSS feed, and you can keep up with all the things people are searching for right now. So there you go. So now by this stage, you should have an idea about what you want to do and what market you want to do. So let's go on to the next tab and start some keyword research. Now, at this stage, if you already have a product in mind and you want to find leverage, you've just skipped all that idea generation stuff that we just did. So this is where this is your starting point, and we can now proceed both on the same path. So let's take an idea. I'm going to do something very unusual here. I'm going to take and show you the power of this keyword funneling system is I'm going to go and try and break into one of the most competitive markets out there, which is the weight loss market. Now, you can apply this to whatever market you want to, but when you can think about it, weight loss is a very competitive market. It's very cutthroat, and there's a lot of people out there targeting the stuff to do with anything to do with weight loss. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on trying to find what I would call an access point into this market. So the way I start is I always start off very, very general. I'll put in 5 to 10 keywords that describe this market, and it helps if I can spell. And as you can see, I'm starting off with very, very general terms. We would never compete on these terms. If we click on Find Keywords, it gives us a lot of options, and I'm going to show you how we can filter all this down to find some very low competition but high search volume phrases. Now, one thing with this tool, as I say, it does search what people are actually searching for on Google, and this is very powerful because Google has 80% market share. And as you can see, it's limiting, excuse me while I untwist my tongue, limiting us to 800 results found. Now there's a lot more than 800 results. As you can see over here in the categories, we have keywords in many, many different avenues here, okay, and different categories. We're concentrating mostly on health, which will cut out consumer electronics, computers, apparel, home and garden. So we can focus on that. And we can even break it down deeper into these different markets. Now, one thing I should mention here is this is also a great way to find different niches that you may want to target. You can drill down, look at maybe health conditions and concerns, maybe eating disorders, and you'll find some keywords here. Maybe you'll spot something. Now, here's just to show you how powerful this can be. Anorexic diet gets 1,800 searches a month and is very, very low competition. And here's one thing I should mention. The competition here is pay-per-click competition, but that often also correlates to the strength of competition in the natural search engine listings, which is why we use this tool. But anyway, you can drill down and see if you can go any further. This is as deep down in this particular category as we can go based on our keywords. So you can get some great ideas of how to really target a very narrow niche. But let's go back up. What we're going to do here is we just want to target health in general, and then what we're going to do, we still have 800 results, as you see, but we're going to use these things up here called filters. These are great. These allow us to really specify and narrow down our target. So I want at least 1,000 searches per month, and I'm going to take out just the high competition for now. Now, just close up these filters, so this brings this back up. And as you can see, here's what we got. We've taken off the high competition stuff, and we've got quite a few good keywords straight off the bat. Mediterranean diet, 28,000 searches a month, medium competition. Flat belly diet, 23,000, medium competition again. The lemonade, lemon detox, vegetarian diets, again, medium competition. And if we take just these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, these 7 here, why that's not selecting I don't know, let's try that. Just those 7 have over 100,000 searches a month. You're talking actually about 120,000 searches a month. So that's not bad. If you can capture a majority of that traffic, even if you can capture half of that traffic with ranking well, with all the techniques I'm going to show you for getting into the search engines with your video and really dominating all these different areas, and leveraging that into all of the top search engines, which is Google, MSN, and Yahoo, you really are going to capture a lot of interest. Now, if you start targeting all these top 20, then you have lots and lots of opportunities to go off. Now, I'm going to show you, if you really want to get specific and really dominate a market, take off the medium competition, see what you got left. We've got 19, okay, very low competitive ones. And let's have a look what we got in here. Okay, we got the low residue diet, the low potassium diet, the caveman diet. There's less search volume, but there's also a hell of a lot less competition. So you can really take advantage of that and start targeting that. And this works for article marketing especially well. And I'm bringing up a course very soon called the Article Marketing Commando. In fact, I haven't decided on the name yet, but this will allow you to really dominate this with articles, with videos, and everything. I mean, I can dominate many first pages just using this technique, and I'm not doing much in the weight loss market at the moment, but this, you can take this research that I'm doing right now and apply it for your own benefit and go out there and start making money. So there's another freebie for you. Anyway, I'm going to go back. I actually like some of the medium competitions because with the techniques I use, it allows me to go after the ones that are slightly more competitive and still dominate them. So I want to look at this one, the Mediterranean diet here, with 28,000 searches per month. So let's go and grab that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go back over here to the general search engine, and I want to see how many results are in the search engines for this. So we got 1,590,000, which is cool. Okay, that's not too bad actually. Let's put it in quotes and see how many people have that exact phrase. Okay, so it's still 1.1 million. That's great. That's not too bad. Now what I want to do now is I'm going to use some of the other tools that Google gives us, which is in URL colon. What this allows us to do is see how many people are actually using good search engine optimization practices. So we'll do that, and that only gives us 20,000 people who have it in their URL. Now that's interesting for us because with videos, oh look, there's a video. Here's one of the things I really like about video marketing is, if you look at all these, there's not that much in here. Now, books.google.com has a little thumbnail. Okay, fair enough. But if you look here, with our videos, if you have one, there is a nice little thumbnail. It stands out from the crowd quite dramatically, and sure enough, boom, you have a very attractive listing compared to everyone else. Now, strange thing, and I've seen this quite a few times with with YouTube videos, is if it's in the URL, it doesn't actually have it in the URL. So I don't know whether this is a bug in Google, and I hope it stays around for a long time because it really does help with everything we have going on. Now let's also do the next step, which is in title. I want to see who has it in the title. Now again, that's 40,000. Okay, 40,000 people have it in the title. That video has gone, but interestingly enough, this is how you really tell who's laser targeting your phrase, is going in URL. As well, it helps if I can type it. In URL and in title. And you'll see there's only 16,000 people have both. And let's scan down. That video is not there. I was kind of curious to see if that would be on the first 2 pages. No, they're not using very good promotion tactics for that one video that we saw. So that means there's opportunities there as well. If you do come across a video, see how they position in terms of both of these, and that gives you an idea. Now, one other thing I really should mention is where we start using our powerful tools. So we know right now, I'm sorry about that, this is my AVG antivirus thing popping up. If you see that flying apart, I apologize. But you can see right now we don't have that. The competition for this phrase is not that strong. And remember, this gets 28,000 searches per month just in Google. That's not including what gets searched in MSN, Yahoo, Ask.com, any other search engines, or even in YouTube itself. So this is great for us. Now, the other thing I want to do is start using, before I forget, let's see what is going on in YouTube. So you do this, youtube.com. So site : youtube.com, because we want only results from that website for Mediterranean diet. And they Google, we have 1,370. Now, I'm going to show you a really cool little trick here. This is where SEO Quake comes in. I turn that on and hit refresh, and you'll see here that this video has a page rank of 2, this video has a page rank of 2, and this one has 3, although it's not showing up as much because obviously it's not as relevant. So we can go ahead and target this, and you look in here, this has Mediterranean diet a couple of times in here. We can start seeing what is helping them rank. You can see that now, if you've never used SEO Quake, you'll see that it's added all these extra bars of stuff here, but I can see what's going on in literal real time. Google has a page rank. It also shows what's happening with Yahoo, links back, page, the Alexa rank for the actual domain, which is YouTube. Other useful information. The main thing we get a quick look at is the page rank for each listing, and we'll see how strong the competition is. Now this one is strange. A Mediterranean diet guide, I would expect that to rank better, but oh well, there you go. And we can look at any one of these videos we like and see what's going on. Now what I also want to do is let's go back to Mediterranean diet, and let's go general, leaving SEO Quake on. Let's have a look at who's ranking top for this. Now ranking here is kind of interesting. Got page rank 5 for the first position, page rank 5, page rank 6, some 4s, a couple of 3s. Okay, so we've got some stiff competition there. That's kind of interesting to note. And you know, you got some big names here like the Mayo Clinic, American Heart, MediterraneanDiet.com. Someone's obviously seized that one up and got some good page rank accordingly. So, you know, that is fairly competitive, but remember, we're also leveraging off of YouTube here, which is a Google property. So anything that, when you start applying my actual techniques I'll show you in the Video Assassin Guide for SEO, you will rapidly climb up in the search engines for any term you really select. And I have some very powerful techniques I will demonstrate and show you later on that will allow you to completely overrun most of these guys and take advantage of the entire aspect of marketing for this phrase. Now, you don't have to literally target this exact phrase, and I'm going to show you what you can do here. Let me turn off SEO Quake for a second. Okay, let's get back to the normal view here. Let me take this phrase. I'm going to show you something really cool. Now, what I usually do next is I want to go check out what the trends are and get an insight into the market. Now, I'm going to click search here. I've left all these as default because we want a very general search. Now, what I was talking about in terms of the keywords, now I'm going to skip over the first part. I'm going to come back to that in a second. But this gives a lot of ideas about related keywords to the one we just searched. For example, you could target the Mediterranean diet, recipes, Mediterranean diet, Mediterranean recipes, Mediterranean food, Mediterranean diet food. Gives you all sorts of related phrases that you can target that people are actually looking for. But because you have Mediterranean diet, you can start ranking very well for all those related terms. You could have 10 to 20 videos targeting in Dailymotion, with YouTube, with all the other, MetaCafe and all the other video marketing websites, really capturing the attention of your market with these videos. And here's another example of breakout searches, which are really growing in popularity. The new Mediterranean diet plan, all targeting that one phrase, but they're relative and things that people are actually searching for in your market. So where you might not do, it might take you a while to really target and rank for that exact phrase there. If you're targeting these more specific phrases, let's take this one as an example. New Mediterranean diet. 500,000. Let's put it in quotes. I'm doing this really quick, so I'm going to skim. I'm not going to go into the specifics here. 22,000 with that exact phrase. Okay, so people are searching for that, and let's have a look. No videos on the first page. So you have a lot of possibilities here. Let's do in URL interl helps. Okay, in URL helps if I put the colon in there. Only 328 with it in the URL. Now remember, they said that this is a rising search growing in popularity. In title, only 1,050. Sorry, 1,150. Let's take that and see who's using both. Only 275 who have it both in the title and the description. You think you can dominate that? Those two areas, the title and the URL, are the most powerful aspects of your SEO on page. So if you can do both, do you think you can dominate and overrun 275 by using some good SEO tactics? That's how powerful this system is, and the keyword funneling system I'm showing you is. Anyway, going back to the rest of the insights here, you can see here that there are quite a few spikes here, and with any weight loss diet that tends to be, and I'll show you why, there tends to be a spike in spring, coming into the summer, and then the winter. If you look here, there's the spring, summer, and winter spike, but it's actually fairly consistent. Another one is, I think this is when the Mediterranean diet first came on the scene, was the spring of 2004, and there's your summer, and then there's your winter spike, okay? And then again 2005, your spring, summer, and winter. And over here as well, this is kind of the new Mediterranean diet, I guess. But you can see that there's quite a few, there's been interest over a period of time, and if you kind of drew a line down the middle, it's kind of, there's a lot of interest, and it's kind of spiked a little bit up here. Now, coming down here, this gives you an idea of where your geographic target is, mostly in the US and the developed countries such as Australia, Canada, and the UK, and that kind of matches up with what you see here. And as I say, you've also got your related terms. I particularly like the rising searches because you can usually target these ones early, and if you see a higher than 100%, those are ones that may continuously grow, and if you get in early enough, you can literally dominate that entire key phrase, and everyone else has to play catch up with you. So that's a very, very powerful way to look at the market as a whole. Now let's take another couple of just general terms to see what's going on. Just to show you, for example, with trend analysis, let's have a look at Paris Hilton. Now she's someone who's well, think what you like about her, but she's always in the media and she garners a lot of interest. Now, if you were doing something related to Paris Hilton, maybe she's got a line of cosmetics, which I think she does, and clothes, and maybe you're promoting some of that stuff, or you want to do something about celebrities in general, you can see that, this is very spiked, but it's kind of an unstable market, so this would only be a short-term market. For example, this spike here, I think is when she got out of jail, if my memory's right. The end of 2007. Yeah, sure enough, there you go, G, matches up with this. This shows you some stories that may be happening in your market and what may be happening. So sure enough, yeah, there was an interest and it dropped off again. Sure enough, this is probably when, well, for example, Lindsay Lohan maybe done something else and kind of took the interest away. But if you look at the general interest, everyone seems to love Paris Hilton all over the world, and surprisingly the most interest is coming from Honduras, El Salvador, and Indonesia. I'm kind of somewhat blown away by that, but I guess she has international appeal. But sure enough, there's an interesting trend, but it kind of drops off a little bit. She hasn't done anything recently. She stayed out of the media's way, which probably good for her actually. But let's take another one just as an example. Let's see, foreclosure. Helps if I can spell. I hate being dyslexic. Okay, foreclosure. When we're talking about the home foreclosures, actually, let me put the S on the end of that. Should be that the same. But as you can see here, this is a fairly constant one. Home foreclosures are always in the public mind, but with the recent economic trouble in the US, that has seriously spiked. But even so, that's been a gradual spike of interest, but it's still very much there. Now, if you look, obviously the United States is going to have the highest spike with this. Foreclosure in Iraq is probably referring to the end of the war there, but you can see if you were targeting foreclosures, which I did for a while, had a very great promotion for people who do loan modifications and help you save your home. very, very great offer. Paid, well, actually a nice percentage of whatever the final fee was. And I got, well, I made quite a few $1,000s doing that, helping people save homes. So I feel really good about that because a lot of people save their homes because of that particular offer. So here you go. Very gradual over time, spiked interest. That is a great market to be in. And if you're watching this and you want to think, well, what industry could I be in? I'm going to give you the inside scoop above other internet marketers and other people right now. Foreclosures and helping people modify their home loans and mortgages is an absolutely lucrative market to be in right now. So go do that. I'm still involved with it somewhat. I've actually gone on to other markets, so you're not going to be treading on my toes. So go take advantage of that. There's still a lot of money to be made in that market. And again, as you can see here, some related key phrases that you might be able to trend into. And here's a beautiful one. Foreclosures by state has a 1,700% increase. That's flipping amazing. In fact, I'm tempted to stop the video right now, go search that one and maybe edit this part out, stumbling across something as powerful as that. Let's go do some quick research. Foreclosures by state. This might be of interest to real estate investors because I know myself in real estate I like to pick up foreclosed homes and try and turn them over for a profit. Let's have a look at... Actually, let's skip all the crap. Let's go straight to the who's laser targeting this phrase. I expect that to be a very low competition phrase. 289 people have it both in the title and the URL. Very interesting. Let's see how many results there are in general. Only 77,000. Foreclosures by state. What do you think you could do with that if you had an opportunity to try and target that phrase, huh? Let's have a look at SEO Quake real quick. Now I'm curious, and that's why I say when you're going through this process, you can spawn off all sorts of other ideas and stumble on all sorts of stuff. Top one is only PageRank 3. What could you do with a video about foreclosures by state? PageRank 0 is PageRank 3. This is very, very hot. Very hot. Okay, I'm going to give you that one. I'm not going to edit this video out. But there you go. You can stumble across all sorts of stuff and really start getting into it. Let's just... This is why I always have this one up as well. Before we leave that one alone, let's go to the AdWords tool here. I'm going to put it in here. MLL. I hate captures. As I say, I'm dyslexic, so these things always nail me. Yeah, screwed it up. Okay, easy XFN. And you're probably shouting this out, thinking, no, you dumbass, it's J or W, whatever. But foreclosures by state, about 18,000 searches a month. Let's have a look, see who's exactly searching that phrase. Foreclosures by state, 12,000 searches a month. And you've just seen how low the competition is. So go create a video. There you go. That's a freebie. Okay, anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about, which was Mediterranean diet. See how that you can go off on a tangent and find something completely different. But anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to research our market about... I'll turn SEO Quake off again. About Mediterranean diets. Okay. So here's a couple of websites. Now, Mayo Clinic is not specific. I know this website, so I know it's very general. It's about everything to do with the different medical and health stuff, and as is American Heart, so they're not really relevant to what we're doing here. But let's have a look at this one here. We want to find targeted websites, and then we come over here, pop them in, and find the profile for this video, and we get an idea about the demographics. Now, this doesn't get that much traffic, 16,000 in the US, 20,000 in the rest of the world. Remember, our market is predominantly US, so we kind of look at the traffic here. And when we start looking at the demographics, predominantly female, middle age upwards, predominantly Caucasian, tend not to have kids, low to middle income, and at least have college education. That's a great demographic for us. That tells us a hell of a lot about our target market. It tells us who is in our market, we're not targeting young males, for example, who may have kids and high incomes. We know we can identify who our market is. So if we're doing a video about the Mediterranean diet, we could target middle-aged upwards ladies who are smart with middle incomes. So you can keep that in mind while you start doing your videos. Maybe you have some pictures of people of that nature that kind of connect with that stereotype that we're generating here. And you can then relate to those people. You create a psychological bond by doing that, and that you understand who your market is, and you will maximize your conversions by doing that. Now let's take another couple of examples here. Let's go back over here, see if there's anything else we can target. Mediterranean diet.gr. That's whoops. And do the same thing, see what happens. Yep, mostly female, although the band between them two is a lot less. Again, middle-aged ladies, predominantly Caucasian, no kids, middle income, although there's a couple, it's actually added in here that some higher income, and at least college education. That's great. We like that. Now, if you want to confirm a specific industry and go generic, for example, we could go weight loss. Okay. And helps if I don't do that. Wrong key. Okay, so let's take weight loss and see what comes up for that. Okay, WebMD. Okay, no, weightlossabout.com. Let's take that just as an example. And again, come over to Quantcast. Okay, predominantly female, middle-aged upwards, although it's actually 18 to 34 as well, so it's pretty much any woman who's concerned about weight. Predominantly Caucasian. It's kind of an even spread here, so they haven't even quantified it. Low income to middle income, and at least college education. So that really does confirm kind of our market and what's going on. Now, taking this a step further, let's take this keyword. Let's go find out what's going on in our industry. Come over to Yahoo Answers, which is a great way to find out not only what people's problems are, but it's a great way to find out and discover content for your videos. Now, let's put that in there. And as you'll see, there's like 142 results found here for our search term. And we've got a whole load of people asking questions and providing answers. Now, one thing I should say here, and this is kind of a philosophical observation, is that people are generally lazy. Now, for internet marketers, that's beautiful, because if people won't go out and find the information, they will buy it for the convenience. And it's kind of very much the fast food drive-through mentality, is rather than go out, get the ingredients and make dinner, a lot of people would be quite happy to just open their wallets, drive through a restaurant, get the food, and off they go. And it's very much that same kind of mentality that will keep internet marketing and affiliate marketing going forever, because people like the convenience of having all the information provided to them in a nice round package so they can disseminate it and don't have to go out and find it for themselves. And Yahoo Answers is a perfect example of that. Let's see what we can find here. Is anyone on the Mediterranean diet? Has anyone tried it? I'm tempted, but I love Mediterranean food and found lots of information. Let's go have a look at this in detail. So I'm interested in the different ways of doing so. So rather than going out and researching this, he's asking other people the same question, and here's someone who's actually recommended a couple of websites and provided some recipes. So again, people are interested in recipes. And I noticed that when we did some research earlier on with Insights, is there was a few links there for recipes. That's a great idea for content. Maybe you could either talk about a couple of recipes or even demonstrate them. I mean, I've seen people do this with food niches, is they'll actually have a camcorder and be in their kitchen showing how to make a particular dish really quickly, and then promote other recipes that they have in a like short ebook with 40 or 50 other recipes. It's an amazing little deal, and again, if you're targeting a specific targeted group of people who are interested in the Mediterranean diet, you're selling that recipe book for $40 a time, boom, off you go. You've got a great avenue here, and you can promote, imagine coming to Yahoo Answers, people asking about the Mediterranean diet. You can even come and show them the video. Say, look, I actually demonstrate how to make one of my favorite Mediterranean diet recipes, and we have some more as well, but go check out this video. We'll show you how to make one right now. You then garner their interest, you deliver some value, and at the back end of that, you give them all the other stuff for the other recipes. That's a great selling tool that builds trust, confidence, and you can capture into any of these markets. And again, you get ideas here straight away into what will sell, what people are actually interested in. They want answers for these questions, and you can guarantee that they will pay for a good answer as well. So here's another one, just taking another one off the top of the head here. What countries are in Southern Europe, and why is the Mediterranean diet considered healthy? Well, think about it. They could have gone out and found a map and find out what countries are in Southern Europe, and then why is the Mediterranean diet considered healthy? Well, it's a fairly, you can probably use your common sense here, but here's the interesting thing. Here's a lot of information here talking about the different countries that are there, and they don't really give much of an answer in terms of why it's healthy. They don't go into the specifics, and yeah, sure enough, here you go. And look, someone's actually promoting a ClickBank product right here. But they're talking about breakthroughs, the Alzheimer's disease, peptic ulcers, and how it can be addressed by the Mediterranean diet. And then there's a few other stuff here. But interestingly enough, that's a ClickBank link. Very, very interesting that they did that. But again, that gives you ideas. People are interested in recipes. Okay, so let's see. Why does the Mediterranean diet consist of 8 ounces of fish? Again, more recipe-related stuff. What do people eat for breakfast on a Mediterranean diet? More recipe-related stuff. So you can really target into that and come up with a whole lot of really great content to make your videos around. So there you go. Anyway, that's kind of where I come from with the keyword funneling technique. Everything from the starting with some news to do some see what is happening out there right now. Starting with YouTube, seeing what's popular right now. eBay, Amazon, see what people are buying. See what trends are happening over at Google and what people are actually searching for. Once I've done that and gathered some ideas, if I'm looking for a new niche, or if I'm already in a market and I already have a product and I just want to find an avenue, I'll start keyword research using the categories and the filters to really find some really good keywords, and then I will go over to Insights, find some related terms that people are actually searching for, maybe stumbling on something as gold as that foreclosures by state. I'm still amazed by that. That's great. And then I'll look at the competition, see what's happening and who my demographics are, and then I'll find out what they want. And that is the keyword funneling technique applied to video marketing. And I'm sure your mind's going and racing right now. Go ahead, take some of the markets you might already be in. See if you can find some new avenues to make videos about in markets you're already involved in, or use this technique to start generating new ideas for things that you're interested in, that you have passion about, and start generating keyword ideas and start generating videos based on that. Anyway, that's that. That's the end of this video. I will see you in the next video. Go back to the Video Assassin Guide now and see what you can turn up. Take care.